again, I'm going about 35 miles per hour. I'm nearing the end of where I'm nearing where Orange Beach meets Gulf Shores. Houses and restaurants on my right. I'm heading west on Perdido Beach Boulevard. Here we are at the end of Orange Beach. Once we get past Hotel Indigo in the shopping center right here. So on your left, you see that's the beach, that's the Gulf. And so we are now in Gulf Shores, and this is where you enter Gulf State Park. That's the pavilion you see on your left over there. All of this is Gulf State Park. Right here is Gulf State Park, where you would enter where the camping and stuff is, like RVs, things like that. Big site back there for that. State Park in Lake Shelby. A lot of events there, lots of fun. A lot of people love it. The Lodge is a part of Gulf State Park. It's a hotel, conference center. They have various conventions and things like that there. Balls for Mardi Gras. At Gulf State Park, there's a dog park. You can also rent bikes, kayaks, all kinds of things. On our left, there's the Gulf State Park Pier. I do like to walk out there and fish. Fish off the pier. It's pretty busy out there. And over on the left where the conference center was, there's also over on the left is a learning campus, so you can go like various kinds of classes that are typically free. I don't think I've ever seen one that was a paid class. It could be bird watching, it could be about various types of fish, it could be about seashells, all kinds of things. It could be about the beach mouse, the role the dunes play in protection of our property here, the land, our community. So now we're coming into Gulf Shores, where it starts to get busier with all the condos and things. The great thing about the park is it's protected, so there's never going to think there's only about 3 or 4 years old. They're not very old at all. I'd say about 3 years old. As you can see, I mean, traffic really isn't bad right now. Even with it being the middle of May. Now this will look completely different in June. Be a little more, it'll be busier. It's very clean everywhere. You never see anything, debris, trash, or anything like that on the roads anywhere in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach. Not just on the beach, all throughout. Crime, I never really hear of anything. I mean, I'm sure it happens everywhere, but I don't really ever hear of anything. Truly, except for maybe at spring break when kids are acting a little crazy or partying too much or whatever. That there's a zero tolerance for underage drinking and things like that. So it is frowned upon, and they will get arrested. Also, if they're not acting right, throwing parties at somebody's home that they've rented, things like that, there's no tolerance for any of that either. There's a big public beach access point right here. Now we're getting towards like the kind of the middle, I would say, or the this is the middle. That's what I describe it. So on my left is the hangout. Kids, adults, everybody loves the hangout. Straight ahead, it's still Gulf Shores, but that's what we refer to as West Beach. I'm taking a right now. I'll be going north on Highway 59. So if you were traveling south on 59, you would dead in at the beach, right there at the hangout. So this is your major thoroughfare through Gulf Shores. As you can see, lots of restaurants. This is an older area, so some of these places have been here a lot longer. Orange Beach came after Gulf Shores as far as like development and all of that. Straight ahead in the next couple miles, and I think less than 2 miles, we'll be at Fort Morgan Road, State Highway 180. And if you go take that all the way out, you run into the ferry that can take you over to Dolphin Island. Also at the end is the actual Fort Morgan, which is, you can still tour, and it's really pretty neat. Lots of interesting history. And that right in where that is, or the actual Fort Morgan is, just past that is where you can get on the ferry. So there's a big water park, lots of go-kart stuff for the kids. Straight out west, we'll run into Blvd. take a left to go to Fort Morgan. Lots of houses and condos down there too. It's a good way. So that's great for people who want to be away from the all of this. You know, just close to all the restaurants and things to do. There's things to do out there. There's places where you can go pick up groceries and all that kind of stuff. It's just a little ways out, probably like 15 miles maybe. Just a straight shot. There's stuff in between, but it's mostly residential. Or, I'm sorry, not in between. Before you get there, it's mostly residential. Meaning subdivisions, houses, people who are like full-time live here. And if we would have gone right at that light, we would have run back into Gulf State Park. And then so straight ahead, that bridge. So this is what we refer to as the island. Once you go over that bridge, you're quote unquote off the island. So I'm going to be taking a right here.